If you've ever wondered how successful shops have banners like these where you can actually click it and be brought to a specific Etsy listing, or banners like these where it's a carousel of multiple different photos, then this video is for you. In this week's episode of Talk Shop Tuesday, I'll be showing you everything you need to know about how to make these special banners and also how to have these special featured items where it has larger, more predominantly shown items in here instead of just the normal 4 featured items, just to make your shop look a little bit more branded. And every Tuesday I make videos just like these where I answer your questions from down in the comments. And so make sure to put your questions in the comments below if you want a chance for your question to get answered on a future Talk Shop Tuesday video. The way that you get those options is with something called Etsy Plus. This is a $10 per month subscription that you can subscribe to as an option. It's definitely not anything mandatory, but there are a few cool options, and there's a few other things that you get with Etsy Plus. One of the first ones is you get 15 listing credits. So a listing credit costs 20 cents. So this is $3 worth of listing credits that you get. And then you also get $5 in Etsy ads credits. So if you're going to be spending at least $5 a month on Etsy ads anyways, then really this is $8 worth of value if you're listing 15 new items a month and you're using $5 in Etsy ads anyways, then the $10 per month Etsy Plus subscription ends up only costing you $2, basically because of these benefits. And I think for $2, then it really gives you the options of what I showed you, where you can have the carousel banners, you can have a clickable banner promoting something specific, and you have these extra featured items, which again, for only $2, I've really found to be pretty worth it, and I really like having it. So in this tutorial, I'll show you how to actually edit these banners, and I'll also show you how to sign up for Etsy Plus. So let's start with signing up for Etsy Plus. You'll come into your shop manager on Etsy, you'll come down here to settings, and then you'll click on your subscription. That will bring you to this page here. I'm already subscribed, so that's why it looks the way that it is, but this is where you'll actually subscribe to start paying that $10 per month. For using the $5 in Etsy ads, it is important to note that you can't really just use $5 in Etsy ads since they have a $1 per day minimum. So it's just a credit towards Etsy ads. This isn't something separate than Etsy ads. And so if you want to give it a try, you could do $5 a day, and then once you see it's spent $5, you could turn it off, but it might go over. You could set your Etsy ads to spend $1 per day and then turn it off after it's again spent $5, but you'll likely end up spending a little bit more than $5 because it doesn't just stop at that cap. Etsy does just have per day caps of what it might spend for you. But if you're already running Etsy ads in your store, then just super simple, this $5 credit will be applied to what you spend on your Etsy ads. So let's come over here to my mock-up store on Etsy that I'm using as an example in this tutorial. First, I'll show you how to edit the banners, and then I'll show you how to edit the featured listings. So first, you'll come up here to the top and you'll click this Edit Shop button on your actual Etsy store. So the first thing that you can do is change the color of this bar right here. So here, I'll remove it. You'll see this button where you can click Add a Color Theme. And then here, you'll get some colors that you can choose. And then this will change the color right here. And it'll also change the color down here at the bottom of your Etsy shop in like your About section. So totally up to you. I wouldn't say it's mandatory, but it is kind of a cute, nice touch. And then to edit your banner, you'll click this little button right here on the bottom right that has this little pencil, and you'll click Edit. So now you'll see that carousel option. So if you already have one banner in your store, now you can click the next button, and here you can add the image of the next banner that you create. You can also click this button to change the layout. And so this is where right now it's automatically set to carousel. You can also do a collage and combine up to 4 photos to make a collage. You can do a big banner. So it's one image that you can link to a listing or a section. So that's how I have mine set up right now. Or you can do a mini banner. So you've got lots of good options right here. So I'll go back to this first page right here, and this is where you actually will get to link a product. So when you make this banner in, say, Canva, you would set it up and you make a button that says click here. So it's not a real button, you just add something in Canva to make it look like a button that says click here, but you really could click anywhere on this photo. And then you'll click this link button up here on the top right. So you can either link to a specific listing like I have here, or you could link to a whole section in your store, like your new Halloween line if you wanted to to promote your new Halloween line of products that you posted in your store. And if you've never made a banner for your store before, then this is super quick and easy. All you'll do is to come to Canva. I do have a free link to Canva down in the description. If you've never used them before, you'll click this create button, and then the size that you want, you'll come down to custom size. Here you'll type in 3360 by 840. That's the size that you need for the big banners, and you'll click create new design. And the nice thing about Canva is they do have lots of actual templates. So it'll pop up right here on the side, different templates that you can use, which really makes it easy to get started. If you already have brand colors and everything, then that's perfect too. But you can look through and see if there's any styles that really go well with yours. Sometimes you'll even find ones like this where you can drag and drop different photos into these squares. So if you already have a lot of products, you could change this to add your logo, change your text, make this the click here button, for example, and then you can drag and drop your photos into this banner, nice and easy. And then when you're ready to save it, you click share, download, and then you'll just save it as a JPEG file and click download. So really the sky's the limit with your banner on what you want to promote specifically and what you want it to look like. You can add a couple different pages showing different products off that sell really well for you, and you can make them look however you want. I will actually link down in the description a full tutorial I have on branding your store that goes a lot more in depth on how to add the different pictures and everything. If you want more of a walkthrough on how to create them, then I will link that down in the description. And I'll also link my monthly trend report down in the description as well. If you've ever wondered, what should I be posting for right now? What's actually selling? What's going to be selling in the next few weeks? Then my monthly trend reports will be such a great resource for you. And I have a ton of great testimonials that you can check out on that website as well and see just how well these trend reports are helping other Etsy sellers grow their business faster and easier. So now let's take a look at the featured items category and show you how to edit that. So I'm still in the same place where I clicked edit shop right here. And then now I can scroll down and let's look at our featured items. In a normal shop, you'd see something like this where the featured items are just 4 photos at the top of all of the other products. But again, with Etsy Plus, we get a few more options, and here we can edit this. And so I chose this exact setup here, but you can edit it to be however you want. So if you click this edit button right here, then now you can actually choose what is shown and where. So you can change the layout. So here I did a mixed grid featuring 1 large photo alongside 4 smaller ones. You can do a standard grid, a 4 across. I like the bigger one, or you can do none. And then here you can edit the queue of what's actually included. So you want to put the top ones that you want included here at the top. So you can pick a whole section. So again, like I could have my ornament mockups here shown at the top. You can drag and drop these wherever you want, but I chose to have my entire shop bundle. So one specific listing that sells well for me. And then I actually chose to have a few different sections of products shown here. So you can really edit this and change it however you like to show whatever products are selling well for you. I do think product categories with a photo at the front makes sense, and you actually get to pick that photo. So you can pick a different photo layout for this section. So for this item, I uploaded an image, but you can also do a grid of 4 images from that selection. And so it's really up to you. You could do the first image. So again, I chose to upload which one that I wanted as the main image to which one actually showed off that category the best, but you got some really good options here to really show off your products. And when you're all done editing those things, you can click view on Etsy.com and it'll open up your store so you can see the new color that you chose. You can see your carousel banner or the big click here button. You can test clicking it out, make sure it brings you to the right listing that you want it to bring you to. And then you can also scroll down here and see your new featured items. Now, are these changes going to make you tons of extra sales in your store? And if you didn't have them, it would actually hurt you? No, not necessarily. Again, these are just nice, cool extra features that might not make you any extra sales, but if it does, that's amazing. Since the majority of Etsy shoppers are just shopping for Etsy in the search results and don't even always come to your store, I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world, but if you're really growing your store, you have some products that sell really well for you, and you have some repeat buyers, I do think for, again, just a couple extra dollars a month, it is worth it to have a few extra cool features to really help your brand stand out. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Talk Shop Tuesday, where every Tuesday I answer your questions that you have about random Etsy topics. So make sure to put your questions down in the comments below if you want a chance for your question to be featured in a future Talk Shop Tuesday video.